Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. It is Jack PS9 here, and I'm actually wanting to get started on a proper updated guide of how to use New Colony API, which is actually on version 2 now, since Colony Survival 0.7.0 came out. Alright, so what we're wanting to add is a example project, which isn't a console, okay? What we're after is, yeah, the .NET framework. So I haven't actually made a mod in a while. So, god damn it. Where is it? Okay, example mod. Let's get started. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is we name our class 1 to example mod, or you can name it entry or whatever the heck you want. We name it, yes. Okay. Then what we need is a public const string, which will be equal to the mod name. Okay, which is of course example mod in this case. Alright, actually this needs to be a static class also. Okay. We're also going to need a public const string naming, and this will be example mod dot. Alright. So the reason for these two, okay, is this will be for everything that every time the API asks for a mod name, you can just type in mod name dot, or sorry, example mod in this case, dot mod name. This is for all the callbacks, so that way we don't have to constantly type that out. Especially it's like if you have something like, let's say, I dot give dot YouTube's, YouTube's with a Z, why not? We'll be unique, you know. I give YouTube's videos lots of likes. Okay, so it's like if you have a namespace like that, okay, at the start, for some godforsaken reason, or you just have something stupidly long, you're not going to want to type that out every single time. I typically use my namespace as my naming setup, just to make it more unique and that. But yeah, but this is an example, so I'm not going to be using my typical like Fentrix Games dot the mod and then everything. Alright. So what we need now is we are going to need a new class in this. We are going to call this callbacks, because there's actually only going to be 2 main callbacks that are used in this. And we also need to get our references, okay? I just grabbed the references straight from the source. In this case, you want to go to your colony survival folder, colony server underscore data, and then managed. The files you are going to want are assembly C#, okay, I'm pretty sure Unity Engine, Unity Engine UI, and I I swear there's one more. Hold on. Because I can actually just go like this. So what the ones you're going to want are the assembly C#. You're not going to need that. You may or may not need steamworks.net. It varies. But you are going to need Unity Engine, Unity Engine.core module, Unity Engine UI, guaranteed. Text rendering module, I think, is actually specific to my API, essentially. I don't know if you're going to need it, but if you do need it at some point, you can grab it. I don't really use or Zero Harmony anymore either, for that matter. I don't really inject code. But as shown, yeah. So we need that. Let's just sort this. Okay, don't need base game. Image conversion, no. Module. And that. Okay. Mainly need the assembly C# though. That is the main huge one for us. Okay, so we need to add on our callbacks class a attribute for modloader.modManager. Okay. Then we are going to go add another attribute inside this class, callback, which will take an emod callback type, which for this one, is on assembly loaded. Okay, and see, now you're about to see why I not mod name, naming, and then I can just go on assembly loaded. Okay, that's it. So instead of having to type out example mod yada 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 and then with like the dot, can do it that way, or like I said, I typically have a long namespace which also includes everything else. So yeah, I just find it easier that way. So this needs to be a public static void, and I just typically name it the exact same thing, and this should take have to be a string path. Okay, and what we're after is we also need to go public static string mod folder. And we will actually just assign that to null. Okay. Now we can come back here and go example mod folder is equal to I want to say it's file dot oh man, I haven't wrote this in a while. Oh no, sorry, it's path. Okay, so path dot get directory name. I'm pretty sure it's get directory name. Yeah, get directory name. Sorry guys, I haven't done this in a while. Path. Okay. Not to mention, it's like with having this class this many times, it's like I don't even actually make it. I typically just copy and paste it at this point. Okay. After that, we are also going to need a mod loader dot another callback of after mods loaded. Once again, naming plus, and then after mods loaded. Public static, and I'm pretty sure that's another void. After mods loaded. Let's double check to make sure. Nope. This takes a list of modloader.modDescription, and then I just called that function or variable mods. All right. No, actually, that's not the one I need, because if I end up using that as an example while going through this, I am going to screw myself up heavily. Oh, right. We also need D provides for. Right. Okay. So we also need provides for, and this is a guaranteed need. New colony API dot depend. Ah, crap. This is what I get for doing this stuff when I actually have issues with the English language to begin with. Okay. So typically in here, if you have a config folder, any icon folders, anything like that, this is actually where you finally obtain them. Alright? However, this is just a video on how to basically get set up and how to basically register the mod. Actually, no, there is one reference actually that I haven't actually put in here, and I can actually just go over here for it. But you can actually get that through either my mod manager or you can come to GitHub /dorky106 /new colony API. Wow, man, that is loading like junk. Okay, see? Ta-da! And then just come down to releases and then download the newest version, okay? That's one of the ways. Another way is if you have the Colony Survival Mod Manager, which this version is for the latest version of Colony Survival. Okay, once again, you come here. It's a download. It's actually an install though, just to let people know. It auto updates as well. Yeah, I'll actually open it for you guys so you guys can actually see it. Okay. See? And then you put in the location of the mods folder. It can be with or without the backslash at this point. At least I'm pretty sure that's backslash. Whatever. But yeah, you typically just put in your mods folder. You can hit update config. It'll say the version of Colony Survival that you currently have installed, as well as the mod manager version. These are all the mods that are currently using that are like accessible in this. But yeah, you can just come in here, grab new Colony API, hit install if you want to go that way as well. You can also use it to keep track of stuff and other things, but the video isn't about the mod manager. Okay, so we have all of our references now, so yay. So let's go and type in managers. Ah man, no, I don't want the entire thing. Can I avoid that? Wow, I can't. Okay. I thought I somehow could. Let's get rid of all that junk, okay? Mod manager. Okay, actually, how about if I go like that? And just go mod manager. Ah, okay, so if you just go mod manager, then you can get the using. Okay. And then you go down to register mod. And this is basically where you get to put in the fun stuff, okay? So example mod dot mod name, okay, and then example mod dot folder, node folder. As you guys can see, you can also give it a version, a mod update URL, a mod config folder, along with a configuration name if it's something other than config.json, and then a list of dependencies, okay? To go over what each one of these does, okay, the version is the current version of the mod, okay? The mod update URL, if you so decide to put it in, is essentially a URL link to some web page you are hosting where all it contains is just a URL, where all it contains is a 4-digit version of whatever the heck the newest version of your mod is. In case, so let's say the person logs in with version 1, but you've actually released up to version 2 of your mod, and you have the version 2 as the numbers being shown on mod update URL when you go to it, then that is actually what it'll tell you that there's an update. Okay, I can actually show you guys if I come in here. Let's see, Fintric schemes. Nope. New colony API. Oh, right. As you guys can see, new colony API, this is actually updated. I haven't actually updated this in a bit, but this is the web page that my API pulls from to get that version number. Okay. Then you have wherever your config folder file is. I actually have a certain folder structure that's actually required in order to use the API at full capacity, but I'll get into that in the next video. But where I keep mine would be my mod folder, then in a game data folder, and then in a settings folder. And that's where I keep everything that's a setting or something that the mod loader or my API needs to load, such as NPC names, between male and female, and last names as well. The config file name, or the config name, is of course config.json, which if you don't want to use that name, then you don't need to use that name, but hey. That's just where to look though. Okay? And then there's the list of dependencies. So say, if, I don't know. I'm sure I'll use this as an example because this is how it actually used to be. So the Windows add-on mod down here, okay, used to actually depend on Rise of the New Colonies. So I'd actually have to make a list that actually said Rise of the New Colonies, okay, and actually put it with that exact spelling, because that's the spelling that the mod manager ends up receiving. Okay? So we can go like that now, right? And I will show you guys how to actually build this, because this should actually build now. Okay? But before that, we want some build events, post build events, which I'm actually just gonna pull my post build events from here. This is the only one I care about. Okay, so this will be example mod.dll, okay? Yay! Okay, so basically I have it that all my mods automatically end up in this folder. So if I come over here and click build, okay, give it a second. example mod. We can now cut that. Alright, I think that's actually the old example mod from the old versions. Okay, so we got that. And we're also, we'll just go and take this file. It'll be easier, because half of it's already actually correct. So, man, we no longer need that. And, oh, gotta set enabled to true. Okay. So, now that we have the modinfo.json file, okay, this is what your modinfo.json file should roughly look like with whatever the heck your mod name is called, the DLL path, which, unless you're if you want to use the mod manager, make it like this, okay? Because if you start putting in multiple mods into the same modinfo.json file, it does not like it. It will whine like a little bitch. Okay? So, if we close that, and now open this up. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. That should work, though. Why is that whining? See, it's like, it is actually showing up, but for some reason, it's saying that there is an exception. When trying to create the log. Why is it doing that? Because if I come back here, colony, error logs, example mod, it's not there. The question is, why not? Because that is actually correct. Okay, let's try this one more time. Figure out what the heck's going on here. If it doesn't work, I will actually end up including whatever the heck the fix is in the next video. It's getting kind of late. Why is it saying that it can't do it? That is a lovely, lovely question. So, you guys actually get to come on a slight debug issue with me, because that is in multi-combine in create log. So let's actually go to create log first. No, let's close logs, create logs. Yeah, because dependencies. How the hell? So why is letters also not loading? What the hell's going on here? Okay, let's go provides for, okay? But what we'll also do is we'll go mod loader depends on, okay? And we will go Fentrix games.new colony API dot after mod's loaded, because that is actually what should be called. Yeah, because what I'm guessing is it's trying to register the location before it's fully ready. We'll find out in a second. Pull it over. Okay, yeah, no error. So it was just... Okay, so yeah. Use both of those. Okay, guys. I think this has been going for probably over 10 minutes at this point. As you guys can see, it now loads. I'm going to stop this. I'm going to make the next video on making the first type and showing you guys that it actually works in the game, alright? So see you guys all later. Bye bye.